What is an inverter board? What does it do? How do you replace it? And is it worth replacing? Today we're replacing and we're installing a new inverter board in a mini split. This is going to go in the outdoor unit for a multi-zone mini split system. This is the inverter board. What does it do? It drives the compressor, it drives the outdoor fan motor. It's able to take the AC power coming in, rectify it to DC, and then it has these two IPMs. These are intelligent power modules. What do? They contain MOSFETs, IGBTs, and they switch open and close, on and off, 1,000 times per second. They get hot, and they are what take and simulate an AC sine wave using DC power. Now, let me give you some tips on how to replace. This is what the inverter board mounts to. This is called a heat sink. This is an aluminum heat sink. Before you can mount this board to the heat sink, you have to install something called thermal paste. Usually, when I receive a new inverter board, I receive thermal paste, but I didn't. So I keep thermal paste with me in my service vehicle. And what you want to do is you want to install a thin layer like this. Not too much, but you want to coat these. And this thermal paste doesn't cool this board, it just helps heat transfer. Thermal paste on the IPM before you reinstall is super important. Now I'm going to give you the next tip, which is just as important. So let's get the board in here, get it set. It's set. Now, next step that is super important. You see these screws? There's two screws for this IPM. Like that. And then there's two screws for this IPM. You want to make sure that you use a Phillips screwdriver and tighten this down a little bit past hand tight. You do not want to over tighten these screws. You over tighten these screws and you will break this board, break the IPM. Is it worth it to just replace the inverter board on your unit? Yes, if it's under warranty. Yes, if the cost is significantly cheaper to replace the inverter board than it is to replace the whole unit. It is a good idea. Make sure you have a surge protector. That can make your board last longer. It can protect that board. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. This was Taddy Digest, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.